Good afternoon, good evening everybody. Welcome to Dragon Trail Gardens Reverse for the Aston Martin Super League Division 2. I'm your host tonight, Lewis Beckenham, so I'll be on the comms for this Division 2 race and Division 1 race here. So welcome back. Obviously we had this track on Monday night with the Conference League. It was a cracking race there. A photo finish pretty much at the end then between two drivers, and let's hope that we get the same here tonight. So the drivers are on track, just doing a little bit of practice at the moment. But firstly, obviously, we will go through the current championship stand-ins here for the Division 2. So we got Myers there out in front at the moment, currently on 55 points. Only 1 point in it between Myers and Nicky there in second. Stewboy currently at the moment having a fantastic championship at the moment, really consistent there on 51, so only 4 points off the lead currently at the moment. We've then got Petrol Bloke in fourth with Fran there in fifth, followed by Hassler in sixth. Hassler making grounds obviously on round two with the winner there of round two after that unfortunate disconnect on the last lap in round one. We've got Mighty there in in seventh, with Mark so Ben Price there in eighth. Unfortunately can't be with us tonight. Then we got the Foxy Dev there in ninth, Limelick and Mr. Jesse Lanquela there in 10th, Samruto in 11th, followed by Hyper in 12th, and Villain there, Aldra's first round in 13th. So we got some of the guys out on track, so let's have a look at some of the action that you currently got here. So we've got currently Myers out in front at the moment in the lead there currently, with the fast lap of 1:37.950, which is a very, very quick lap there from Myers. Got Samruto and Fran having a bit of a battle here. So Samruto in the LB Racing car with Fran just behind there. Looks like Fran's going to think about going around the outside there maybe. Samruto holding his line well though. And then we've got a lot of guys in the pits here. Let's just give these guys a little bit more warning of qualifying. Will start in a minute. We'll get this one underway. So just 3 cars out on track at the moment. The others they have been practicing in the background before obviously we went live on the stream, so they've all had quite a lot of practice here on this track. Looks like a nice sunset evening here in Croatia, where this track is based at the moment. Beautiful shot here of Fran coming down the back straight. Really tricky braking zone here. It's downhill, off, a little bit off camber as well. You want to avoid those curves as you see Fran go over the first and the second one there. So you want to try and avoid those if you can, because it does unsettle the car quite a lot as you come through there. And there's this long sweeping corner here at the end. As you come onto the start finish straight to finish out their lap, so we'll watch Samruto come across the line first. 1 minute 39.7 there for Samruto and a 1 minute 40.6 there for Fran. So should we get this one underway? I think we should get some action out on track and watch the qualifying unfold. So let's get this qualifying started here for the Aston Martin Super League Division 2 at Dragon Trail Gardens Reserve. Remember, it is a 1 lap qualifier. They do obviously get a 5-minute session, but it is just, you've got to complete 1 lap in that time frame and then park on up and get out of the way of anyone that may be doing a fast lap. Let's see who the first one to come out of the pits is going to be here. Looks like that was Haslett that made a jump from the back there forward to try and get some track position. Let's see who is going to be first one to appear as actually being out on track. So yeah, we've got quite a few people out on track at the moment. So there's Fran, Stuboy and Samruto. Just coming out, warming up their tyres to complete the lap. Got to create a bit of space. Obviously you don't want to get stuck behind anyone on your qualifying lap. You just want a bit of space. Spread the field out a bit. You've got 5 minutes to complete your lap, but only just the one lap. So Stuboy just running around there to get ready to do his lap. Samaruto just behind him. Haslett there just coming down towards these long complex, and we touched on it in the conference race. These 4 left-handers, one after the other, real tricky corner. You don't want to obviously run wide and get on that red exit curve, as we can just come up the hill here. So there is Hassler there, Foxy Dev just making the way out as well. Myers, lots of space there for a qualifying lap for Myers. And just Neil and Credit just coming up the pits as well. So it is just Hyper currently sat in the pits at the moment. So the looks of the first one round that we're going to have is Fran. So we've got Fran just coming round to start that qualifying lap. Samaruto there in second, and then Stuboy just a bit further back. So they're all nicely spread out. So we'll watch Fran go around here on the qualifying lap. Starts the lap. Into the braking zone for the first corner. A bit of a tricky one coming around here. You want to run nice and wide. It's a double apex onto this long back straight. So coming out onto this long back straight, we do have Hyper just in front of the track, so hopefully Hyper will see that Fran potentially might catch him on this lap and just move over. Nice use of the curve there from Fran. Coming to the outside, the first of these long left-handers. First left-hander, second one, and then the last one. There's 4 apexes free there with the first one. Trucky corner here, you want to try and keep your car as close to the right-hand side on the exit there so you can get a better line through this corner, which is flat out, into the next one, which is also flat. Good use of the curb in on the exit, into the brakes, and pick your braking zone for this pretty much 180, so you've got a really tight hairpin, and then onto the back straight. Quite a long back straight here, leading towards that, a bit like a bus stop complex at the end of it, with the right left sweeping downhill, which will come through the second part of it. But Fran seems to be doing a good job here. Good use of the curb on the entrance. As I said earlier, no, don't take too much. You don't want to bump over it. It does unsettle the car. Use that curb on the exit of that corner, and then it's this long sweeping corner which you want to take a really wide line on, and then just wait to get on the power, wait to get on the power, and then you want to fully commit to the power. Slam that throttle down on the exit. As you drive towards the line, what is this time going to be from Fran? So we've got a 139.4 currently at the moment. Samaruto coming through for his qualifying lap, 139.5 there for Samaruto. Stuboy is currently coming through, so Stuboy is the 1 minute 39.7 goes into third space. Haslett about to come through to complete his lap. Haslett's going to do... Oh, Haslett with a 38.7 goes pole currently at the moment, so it's currently about to cross the line. We do have, so the next two cross the line will be the Foxy Dev. So Foxy Dev here about to cross the line to finish off their lap. About to cross the line. Line's coming up fast. It's into second, a 39 dead almost. So now we have Myers has just done a 38. Oh, so Myers has just gone into pole with that time, 38.381. Next across the line, we have Jesse. He's just coming around the long sweeping corner. Oh, Jesse's run wide. Jesse is into the barrier. Is he going to keep out of the pits? Keeps out of the pits. Does have front end damage all over, but he is going to finish out his lap. So Jesse there with a 44.1, obviously with that contact with the barrier. And then we've just got Hyper there just to come through. So Hyper to finish out his lap. Hyper goes into second, almost takes pole away from Myers. So Hyper there into second with a 28.545. So great lap there from Hyper as well. Really good showing there from everyone. Well done for Jesse for keeping that out of the pit lane as well. I thought that was going to go into the pits and he was going to get stuck in there. Great lap there from everyone. Unfortunate for Jesse. Yeah, Jesse puts in the chat, stupid wall. Jesse, you did really well, man, to keep out of that wall, to be honest. Well, not out the wall, out the pit. So I thought you were going in there and you were going to get stuck in there. So really well done there for Jesse for keeping out of the pit lane. But an unfortunate one, but you know, it's only qualifying. Still got a chance to go forward in the race. That's the main thing. Here's one of those, that last corner, obviously you do have that exit curb, so it can be pretty tight there to get over, and he does spin up the rear wheels on the car. Let's have a look at the qualifying results here. So it was Maya Rosa with a 38.381. Hyper there in second with 38.545. Haslett there in third, 38.760. Foxy there, 39.068. So really close there between, pretty much from first to third, obviously within the 38s, but then also they have under a second as well. Fran there just over a second from pole with 39.424. Samracing there with 39.559. So again, really close there to the back of Fran. Stubble there with 39.715, and then Jesse obviously with the unfortunate last corner incident running wide there. Let's just give the guys a 1 minute warning for the race. Everyone, don't forget to get your predictions in. Who do you think is going to have this one here? So everyone get in the chat. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, please. What's everyone's predictions for this race here? Let's have a look what we've got in the chat here. So go Hyper Go there from Ricardo, Rich Hughes, come on Hyper, nice lap. Then we've also got Mammy in the room as well, and our husband as well. Nice to see you both in here. That's a nice one from Hyper. Well done to Hyper. Seems to be a lot of love for Hyper. Everyone's going Hyper for Hyper tonight. Carl in there saying evening LB. Yeah, evening Carl. Hope you're having a good one. Can we give the stream a thumbs up? Yeah, everyone, don't forget to smash that like button. Obviously, we are getting really close here to a certain goal that we got, which is 4,000 watch hours. We are really close to it. So if everyone could share, like, comment, do as much as you can to help the stream out as much as possible, really appreciated. But let's get this one underway here. Dragon Trails, a 20-minute race, no pit stops unless you've got damage. We'll get this one underway here. Don't forget, as I said, to like and subscribe and turn on that notification, everyone. So here we are. So we've got 1 red light, 2, 3, 4, 5. How long are we going to get held here? No false starts, and they're off. Looks like Stubboy had a great start there at the back. Haslett moves straight over into defence mode. Moves on over because it does look like it is a Foxy thread that's going around the outside there. Haslett gets on the inside of Hyper, so Haslett has moved up into second. So went defensive for the first part of the corner, but then went... Oh, we got a spinner in the background. Spinner in the background. That looks like it was the Foxy. We will see what happened there. Will we see what happened there? Because it doesn't look like the replay buttons are working. Doesn't look like we've got any replay buttons, so we won't see what happened there. So let's just jump to them on track. So Foxy drove there, looks like may have collected Samaruto possibly. So they have dropped down there. The back's unfortunate start from both of them. So it's Myers in the lead at the moment, from Haslett in second. Hyper there in third, Fran in fourth, Stu Boy just on the back, looking up the inside here from Stu Boy. Stu Boy goes up the inside, gets the inside, but does overshoot the corner. Fran gets back up and looks like it did knock Hyper off potentially. Jesse is having a phenomenal start here. Jesse up into fourth place from eighth. Jesse absolutely on this. Stu Boy now over the back of Hyper, and then with the Froxy Dev there and Sam Ruto, they could work together, use slipstream and catch back up to the back of this trap pack. Myers there, well, 1.2 second lead straight off the front of the race. So really dominant start here from Myers, pushing on as much as he can. Hassett there in second, got Fran just for company behind. Does look like it is going to be a move here from Hyper on Jesse, so Hyper moves up the inside, gets the inside line here on Jesse, so Hyper back up into fourth. Jesse's going to try and fight this one back around the outside, potentially go for an undercut move here. It does look like Stu Boy's got maybe a slightly better exit there, so here comes Hyper through. Up into fourth, lovely camera shot as they come through. Jesse just there, Stu Boy in sixth. Frosty Dread there in seventh. Sam Ruto just behind. Myers, 1.7 second lead from Myers at the moment. So a real dominant performance here from Myers at the moment. That is what we want to see. Myers out front dominating this one at the moment. Hassler, I know, has definitely got the pace. We've done some practice together early on the week, so definitely think Hassler's got the pace to close down this gap as well. Fran all over the back of Hassler as well, staying within that, so just get down by a couple of tenths. Then we will obviously get in slipstream range. Hyper there in fourth. Jesse still in fifth, doing really well with Jesse, as with Stu Boy in sixth, just on the back of this pack. Froxy there in the background with Sam Ruto, keeping the gap at 7 seconds, so they're not losing touch this pack, just dropped to actually below 6, so not losing track to the pack, so they've got time to catch up. Doesn't actually tell me at the moment how much longer we've got remaining, which we'll have a look. Flail, yeah, we do have that, and we do have that. Okay, so we don't have how long's remaining either. Oh well, we will just have to look in the bottom corner and I can tell you how long is left. So we are just approaching the 16-minute remaining part. Just so everyone is aware. So just 16 minutes to go. Let's have a look what's going on the chat. So a lot of hype for Hyper tonight so far. Where's the boss? He's on holiday. He doesn't do Division 1 or Division 2. But Craig doesn't do Division 1, Division 2, that's myself. Craig only does the Prem and the Championship. And normally the AWRC in the conference, but obviously I done that this week because he is away on holiday with his lovely family, getting some much needed rest time. So I hope he's not watching, because I told him he's not allowed to watch and he's just got to sit down and relax and chill for a week. So Myers there, 3.2 seconds lead. Hassler coming under pressure here from Fran. It's Hassler with Hyper just behind, Jesse just behind that. So from second down to sixth, very close on the track at the moment. So Fran probably will pick up a nice bit of slipstream here as they come up onto the back straight. 0.5, 0.48 is a really long straight here. Lots of straights in this track with lots of technical corners, so do pick up some nice slipstreams as they come into the break. So Frank closing up under braking a little bit, but it does, I reckon, mid corner. The exit speed there from Fran is great, closes it down, but Hassler does get a slightly better exit. He's listening to blaring that Aston Martin down the straight. So 0.5, the gap back to Fran there, with Hyper just coming through in fourth. Jesse still hanging on to the back of Hyper, so they're in fifth, with Stu Boy there in sixth. Froxy Dev has managed to get the gap down to 5.4 seconds, so is catching up to the back of this pack. With Sam Ruto there currently in eighth. Just going for only 16 seconds off the leader with that instant in the start, so not too far off the back there from Samracing. Covering well, these two are, that did drop back on the first lap. So Myers has a half-second penalty. So the penalty zone on this is on these start-finish straights. You do lose quite a lot of time, but momentum mainly from the car obviously slowing down. So this could potentially see Haslett close up that gap quite nicely. As we will watch Myers take the penalty. That's the penalty dropped off by Myers. We're going to see Haslett close that up now, probably down to 1.4, maybe 1.3 by the end, 1.3, yeah, just into the 1.3 second gap now. Back to Haslett in second, Fran there in third, still hanging on to the back of Haslett. Piper there in fourth, Jesse there in fifth. Let's listen to this Aston Martin come down through here. Everyone getting really aggressive on the entry curves into this complex. He needs to be as wide as possible, try and carry as much speed around all of these corners. So Jesse there in fifth, Stuboy in sixth. Kozdev 4 seconds off the back, but is catching up nicely. There were 8 seconds off the back. Currently with the fastest sector on as well, so definitely pushing on, trying to recover that gap here. Myers 1.6 in the lead now, so a little bit of pressure here coming Myers' way. Haslett knocking on the door from behind. Pushing on. Just got to try and get his car within slipstream range if he can get into that toe. Great use of the curve there from Myers though, to try and carry as much speed through that corner. You see the time jump out there to 1.92 seconds. Really aggressive line through there. Myers used as much track as possible. And there as well, just kicking up a little bit of dust on the exit. Haslett just coming through. Fran there, Hyper there. Jesse still in fifth. Stuboy in sixth. Fran down to 3 seconds now. Fran pushing on well. And we've got the Foxy Dev there in seventh. It's dropped Samracing a little bit and it's pushing onto the back of Stuboy nicely. Myers still 1.8 in the lead. So the gap is growing slowly back up to what it was pre-penalty there for Myers. Haslett is keeping Myers honest, and also Fran is keeping Haslett honest as well, but it does look like Hyper is catching us back. Let's go on board if we can, if the keyboard decides it wants to work. Does the keyboard not so wants to work? Maybe not, maybe yes. Otherwise we can't change any camera angles, which would be annoying. Let's see if we can disconnect it, reconnect it. There we go. Let's have a look. There we go. On board. So we've got Fran just in front. Hyper on board at the moment that we're going on with. Aggressively over the curve. Use that second. We're really aggressive, but don't hit the red sausage curve in the middle. Does look like Fran has potentially caught up to the back of Haslett as well here. Systems that come to this start-finish straight. This is the overtaking zone here for Hyper. Hyper all over the back, nicely in the slipstream, pulls out. Going to tuck up the inside here to take third is Hyper. Fran's going to go for the switchback, tries to go out the inside. Fran gets out the inside. It does look like that is going to be Hyper's though. So Hyper up into third. So everyone out there for the Hyper hype. That is Hyper up into third. Fran in fourth. Jesse in fifth at the moment. Stuboy there in sixth. Foxy Dev catching up nicely. 2.8 behind now. And Samracing there in eighth. Myers has got his lead back up to 3 seconds there for Myers over Hassett. So dominant display here from Myers at the moment, as they do have 9 minutes left of this race. Hassett has pushed out the gap to Hyper to 2.5. So Hassett got a nice gap there, but it is Hyper and Fran where all the action is at the moment. Fran push on, does not want to give up on his podium. Yeah, it was nice racing there, Richard, as you said in the chat, from Fran and Hyper. Really respectful racing, nice and clean, gave each other room. Fran fought it back nicely, knew when to concede it though, and obviously he's still in the slipstream here, so he's going to get a run down this main start-finish straight here. He can get a good exit on this corner. We'll get the slipstream here and down the next straight as well, so just needs to keep nice and close to the back of Hyper. .5 behind at the moment. Hyper with a good exit off that corner there. Jesse can just see these two in front, so Jesse pushed on well. Great race here from Jesse up into 5th, starting in 8th. So it is the battle for the podium here between Hyper, Fran and Jesse. Jesse just getting that gap down to almost under a second. Just under a second now. Jesse is pushing on. I know he's going to hate me for giving him this much screen time, especially commentating. But Mr. Jesse Linquela, you are having a phenomenal race at the moment. These three, the battle between these three is probably going to go on to the end of the race, I reckon. We may have another photo finish here, but we do have, further on down the track, it does look like Proxy Dev is now almost within a second of Stuboy, so we might have a position change as well with Stuboy. So we will have a little check-in with Myers. Myers there, almost a 4-second lead now over Hassler, who has a 3.5-second lead over Hyper, who does have Fran all over the back, with Jesse just in the background of that as well. It's a great bout here for the podium going on currently between these three. And then we've got Stuboy just coming through that first corner as well. So Stuboy not that far behind as well. Frosty having a phenomenal race, pushing up to the back of Stuboy, obviously recovering from that earlier incident. Don't forget, everyone, to subscribe. Hit the like button, turn on your notifications. We want all the buttons to be in, I can't remember, I think it's in grey. Once it's greyed out, you're subscribed and you've got notifications on. We don't want it in red. If it's in red, it means you're not subscribed. So subscribe. We bring you great videos like this every week. It alternates between Division 1 and 2 and the Premiership and the Championship. Then on Monday nights, at the moment, you've got the Conference League for the Aston Martin Super League and the AWRC, and then also you have the Cup, which will be on a Monday night. This coming Monday, we do have the next round of the Cup competition, which will be live. That will be hosted by Craig on Monday. So he will be there. We do have the starting positions are out, so I believe you probably will post them on Facebook over the weekend so everyone can see kind of where everyone's starting for the next round, because it is just luck of the draw where you start in the race and then the top half will go through. Are we going to see an overtake here now between Froxy and Stuboy? Really close to the back. Tight line from there for Stuboy, wide line from Froxy as they come through. Stuboy is slightly pulling away. I don't think we're going to see an overtake into this break zone, but it is getting really tight up in front again. Fran has got past Hyper. Let's see if we can see what happened there. So it looks like it did happen earlier on, so unfortunately we did miss that one, but the main thing is we do replays working. So Fran in third now, Hyper just behind, Jesse just behind them, Stuboy just holding off Froxy there in the background. Stuboy running wide, you don't want to get... Froxy is there, just coming up. Nice line, tucks it in. Gonna get a better exit here than Stewboy. Stewboy will get the power down though, and is still in front slightly. Gap is just increasing with the slipstream. There we go, slipstream is now engaged. Let's go on board with us to have a look at from their point of view. Great use of the curves there through there. Closing up with a slipstream. Better line there, Stewboy runs wide, Stewboy spun out! Let's go back and have a look at what happened there on board with Stewboy. Stewboy unfortunately has spun out. So we'll go on board with Stewboy. So Stewboy comes round the corner, just like Jesse in the qualifier. Just going to run over onto the grass. Bounce that car over the curb. Lovely 360. Great control, no damage. Manages to get going again. Fortunately into there for Stewboy. So that does mean that Froxy is up into 6th. Simracing just on the back of Stewboy there. So Myers with 4.5 second lead and the fastest lap of the race. Haslett there in 2nd. 5 second lead over. Fran is still hanging on to 3rd. So it did drop down at 1 point to 4th, but has recovered back up to 3rd. Hyper there just on the back of Fran. Jesse having the race that we all wanted to see him have. Up there into 5th, doing really well. Really consistent times there from Jesse as well. Froxy there up into 6th. Do we reckon Froxy can get up and potentially get Jesse here? Which would be a really good recovery, covering this ground to make up the gap. Richard there in the chat, well held by Stewboy there. Could have ended a little, yeah, definitely. Really well held there. And Stewboy, come on, Hyper. Get in there, yeah, from Wickley. Having a really good race. Hyper did go up into 3rd at one point and has dropped down to 4th, but a real solid race there. We do have in the background, Simracing is closing up on the back of Stewboy here. So Simracing pushing on here, 0.7 behind. So Simracing really pushing on to the back of Stewboy here at the moment. Don't know whether Stewboy's tyres got a little bit hot with the spin. Maybe just recovering from that, but Simracing really hounding the back of Stewboy now. Only half a second off the back. Stewboy there using all of the track. Simracing coming through. Let's go on board with Simracing and have a look at it from his point of view. Great use of the curve there from Simracing into the braking zone. Great use of the curve there as well. Get the power down nicely from Simracing. 0.8 behind in that slipstream. Closing down the gap. Hard into the braking zone. Use them as much curve as you dare, but not too much. Stewboy getting a bit out of shape there halfway around the corner. It means that Simracing has closed up to 0.5 now. Just the point of the track where you want to be as close as possible. Stewboy there taking a wide line. Simracing getting onto the power. It is the final lap. So this is the end of the race. So it is going to be Fran who's going to finish there in 6th. Stewboy crosses line 7th. Simracing in 8th. Just ran out of time there for the end. Jesse did finish in 5th as well. Just off the back of Hyper, Fran, Haslett and Myers. I don't know where the time went there. That's what happens when you don't have a clock at the top to be able to see how long is left. Myers is still in the lead. Haslett in 2nd. Fran and Hyper. This is the battle we want to see. It is going all the way to the line between these two. So we'll stay on this for as long as we can until Myers and Haslett get towards the line, and then we will jump over to them. At the moment it is Fran in front, Hyper just behind. Hyper taking a wide line there. dropping back, but does get a better exit. Is closing back up the gap. .7 there. The gap now. 0.6 as they come to the break zone. 0.5. Really aggressive there from Hyper. Hyper closing up a lot through there, but does get a bit of squirrel on the exit of that first part of the complex. We will go back to the leaders just to watch them cross the line. So it is going to be Myers who takes the win here for Division 2 at Dragon Trail. Hassler second, really great drive from these two. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Fran or Hyper? It does look like it is going to be Fran across the line. Fran in third and Hyper in fourth. Oh, lost track of time there. I think that 20 minutes went past really fast. So it is Myers who takes the win. So just confirm the results here for Division 2. We've got Myers there in first with the fastest lap of the race as well, a 37.9. Hassler there in second with another 37.9, really close to stealing the fastest lap there was Hassler. Fran just pipped Hyper to the line there in third. Great drive between those two, battling pretty much the whole of the race. So it is Fran in third with Hyper there in fourth. Jesse finishing in fifth. Great drive from Jesse, moving up from 8th to 5th. Froxy there, brilliant recovery drive from them to come from 7th to even catch up to the back of Stewboy, who did have that unfortunate spin there in 7th. And then Samaruto there in 8th, closing it out. Ooh, what a first race of the night. We will have a short little break where we will obviously set up the next room for Division 1, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back in probably about 5 minutes. Go get yourself a drink, get a little bit to eat, and then we'll be back for the next one. Hello there everyone, welcome back to Division 1 here at Dragon Trail Garden Reserve for the Aston Martin Super League. Welcome back everyone, hope you feel refreshed, had a chance to go and get yourself a drink because the action is going to come thick and fast again here at Dragon Trail for the Division 1 guys that we have on track now. As per normal, we will start this off by having a look at the table here for Division 1. So here we go. It's Ivan that has been dominating Division 1 here at the moment. 2 wins in a row. Is anyone going to stop him today on his pursuit to absolutely obliterate this division? So he's first. Closest rival is Radio Guy there in second, who had a phenomenal race last time out. Great battle with Ivan as well. Jesse Jensen there in third, audio muted in fourth, Walkie there in fifth, Robbie who is there in sixth, Roberts in seventh, Sprinkler who unfortunately is away this week, so no sprinkle zone for everyone tonight, and Rippin' Terran who is also away as well. Then we have TTC Gaming, who I believe has dropped out of the division, so there is a spot in this one if anyone does want to qualify to fill in that gap. And then it is Blickton there in 11th, Louis in 12th, and then Adam Bath there in 13th currently. So let's have a look at the guys out on track currently at the moment. Let's go and have a look at some of the action that's going on here. So it is at the moment a Radio Guy there out in the lead. Audio muted there in second in this practice session. Ivan in third. What we'll do actually is we'll just give the guys a 1 minute warning for quali. And then we'll go through the rest of them that are with us tonight. So Ivan there in third, current championship leader there. Walkie in fourth. Then it's the 2 HRT drivers there, 5th and 6th. So it's Robbie in 5th at the moment, Louis in 6th. Roberts there in 7th. Blinky's there in 8th. With Jesse Jensen there, just popped up into 8th as well. And then Thunder Dragon in 10th. So a new driver joined Thunder Dragon. Let's just have a look and see nicknames just for everyone, just to change it up a little bit, just to make sure we're not getting anyone mixed up, but we're not, so that's perfect. So we've got the guys just run around at the moment, complete lap. Jesse Jensen goes into the pits, but it is Radio Guy who does have the fastest lap at the moment over Ivan. So this could we see Ivan's crown slipping here in this race? I wonder. Get all your predictions in on the chat. Who do we think is going to get this one? Who's our favourite for the win, everyone? Let's have a look on this chat and what's currently going on in it, and then we will get this one underway. So a lot of our love in the chat here with a great list qualifier underway. Let's get into it. And let's begin the qualifier. Right, who's coming in for pole? Who do we think is getting pole here? Place your bets, everyone. So who's going to be the first one to jump out of the pits here? So who we got coming out? We've got a few coming out the end of the pits there. Let's have a look and see if we can see who it is. Well, quite a few have jumped out, so we'll let the order just sort itself out, and then we will jump on board with some of them. So we've got Robbie there with Walkie just behind. Roberts and Jensen there just behind that as well. Louis just behind these as well, coming around. Audio muted just pulling himself out the pits as well. and Thunder Dragon there just coming round also. So a couple of groups out on track at the moment. Here's Robbie who's leading them through at the moment with Walkie just behind. Yeah, a lot of love here for two big teams in this one. You've got the HRT boys and then TNR guys as well out on track. So let's hear it in the chat for the HRT drivers and TNR, both battling out, and they're 2 drivers from each team in this division. So Robbie, who's going to take through to begin with, Walkie there, just coming through. Jensen there, warming up the tyres nicely. Robert's just behind. Louis just coming around. Audio muted there, and then we've got Thunder Dragon who's just coming around just behind audio muted. Ivan, followed by Radio Guy who's just a bit further back, and then Blinky's just a bit further back as well. Are we having a bit of TNR teamwork here? Are we going to see a little bit of slipstreaming maybe? Could work, could also hinder them, but here we go. So it's Robbie, the first one coming around on a flying lap, attacking the first corner here at Dragon Trail Gardens. Coming through nicely through there is Robbie coming down the long straight in towards the multiple left-hander. Use the curve there to get a better line into the corner, attack it, and as Robbie has gone off and hit the wall. Is Robbie going to get in the way now? Walkie's coming through behind. Obviously does have damage now, does Robbie, but it does look like there's a little bit of a gap still behind them. Robbie running wide there, does move out of the way, gets out of the way nicely. Doesn't want to get in the way of Roberts because Roberts is coming through next. So unfortunately there for Robbie with the, it does have front aero damage and front wheel damage. Roberts there in third, just coming through. Jeppy Jensen there taking a wide line in, cutting the corner nicely for the exit. Louis there in fifth, audio muted to get through that section nicely. Thunder dragging it for as well. Ivan and Radio Guy just coming through, and Blinky's in 10th. Robbie, obviously with the damage, unfortunately, has dropped back a little bit now and is on a bit of a slower lap, so it's going to be Walkie to cross the line first. So we'll see what lap time Walkie does here. Just come around the last corner. So it's going to be Walkie to take provisional pole at the beginning with a 39.5. Robbie there in second. It's going to be Roberts there takes the lead. Jesse Jemison then jumps up into the lead as well. Let's have a look at Thunder Dragon, the new drive, who's just coming round. For Louis there with 28.8 drops into second. Thunder Dragon just going through 35. It's going to be a great lap for Thunder Dragon. Thunder Dragon on provisional pole. Let's have a look. It's going to be Ivan here to potentially take pole. Ivan up into pole. What can Radio Guy do? Where is Radio Guy? Radio Guy just coming through. Pole position for Radio Guy. So it's pole position there for Radio Guy, and then Blink there comes through as well just to finish off their lap also. So Blinken there up into, so we will run through the position results there in a minute. But it is Radio Guy with a 37.8 who takes the provisional pole here. Provisional pole, who takes pole. Get the words bubbled up at the moment. And the chat is going wild here for Radio Guy with his pole position. As he parks on next to Blinky to have a chat about how their laps went as the timer just comes down here. Who is still going around the track? So we want to make sure that someone doesn't do a flying lap, so let's have a look. Ivan's parked up, Thunder Dragon's parked up, Audio Mute's parked up, Jensen's parked up, Louis' parked up, Roberts' parked up, Walkie's parked up, Blink's parked up. It's going to be Robbie, and Robbie realised you can't do another flight. You can't do a flying lap, Robbie. It's one lap. You will get a 10-second penalty for even trying to get onto a flight. You can't do it. Robbie is coming to the pits. Fantastic. So no one's getting a penalty today. Everyone's listened. That's what we like to see. So Robbie parking up in the pits, we're going straight through the pits. There is Radio Guy there who is parked up nicely. It should end. There we go, just about there. I did reduce the time around, so at the end. What a qualifying session! Radio Guy with pole. Radio Guy with the first kind of blood drawn there to Ivan, taking some points away. So Radio Guy in pole with 37.8, 3 tenths over Ivan there. Phenomenal lap there. So Thunder Dragon there on his debut into third. Great lap there from Thunder Dragon. Audio Muted in fourth. Jeffy Jensen there in fifth. HRT Louis in sixth. D Roberts there in seventh. A little bit nervous before the race, said he doesn't enjoy this track, but great performance there from Damo to get up into seventh. Walkie in eighth. Blinky's in ninth, and Robbie obviously did have the barrier collision there and is in 10th. Let's just give the guys a 1 minute warning, and then we'll get this one underway. Everyone get in that chat and predict who's having this between Radio Guy and Ivan. Mega lap there. Said, yeah, it was really good lap. 0.3 over Ivan, and Ivan is no slouch, as we all know, in this league. So really great result there. It is going to be a really good race between these guys for the Division 1 league. Let's get this one underway in a few seconds. Obviously we did say to them a minute, so we'll give them pretty much almost a minute. Do not forget, whilst we're waiting, to subscribe, like, follow, share, get out there as much as you can, and we will get this one underway. Let's see what happens here for as the lights go out, and away we go. No more false start there, which is great. Not seeing that many false starts this time as we come through. So it's Robbie there at the back. It's going to be Radio Guy who is going to take on Ivan into the first corner. So Ivan looking to go around the outside. Radio Guy just getting nicely on the power and through. Does look like Thunder Dragon is all over the back of Ivan here. It's Thunder Dragon going over the inside of Ivan. Thunder Dragon going for the inside line. Ivan runs a little bit wide. Ivan does get down the power. Ivan goes wide. Ivan manages to keep that under control though, still hanging around the outside. Great driving there from the guys, but it is Thunder Dragon up into second, which is giving Radio Guy a chance to jump straight out of the blocks and get away here. So Thunder Dragon up into second, Ivan in third there, audio muted all over the back of Ivan. So pushing on here is audio muted. Is Ivan going to drop another position further back in this race? Jensen there in fifth. Roberts made a race up into sixth. Walkie in seventh. Blinky's up into eighth. Louis there in ninth. And Robbie in 10th. So Louis has dropped back there at the start. It is Radio Guy with the lead over Thunder Dragon at the moment. Flash of the lights there from Radio Guy. Is Radio Guy on a wheel or a pad? Does anyone in the chat know? Was that a intentional flash of the lights, or a, one of those ones that happens when you turn in too hard on a pad and you accidentally press down the light button? It is Radio Guy to take out the first lap here. Thunder Dragon in second. Ivan in third with audio muted all over the back of him. So he's got to look backwards at the moment, not forwards, which isn't great here for Ivan. He does have audio muted all over the back. On pad, so it's probably a unintentional push of the light, nervous light flash. Yeah, it's one of those in that when you push down too hard when you're turning on a pad and you do flash the lights a lot. People behind you think you're trying to put them off, which in a night race is probably a good idea. Just flash the lights all the time and distract people behind you. But it is currently Ivan there with audio muted all over the back of him at the moment. Jensen's just dropped back a tiny bit, just above a second there, with Roberts all over the back of it. Is walking all over the back of Damo there as they come through into the hard braking over the 180-degree corner. Walkie having a look up the inside, gets up the inside, but here's Damo going to get a cut back. Great overtake there from Walkie. Let's have a look at that again. So Walkie getting the drive out of the corner. Here into the braking zone. Goes to the inside. Roberts tries to go wide to get the cut back, it looks like. It does get a little bit squirrely on the exit there. And that is Walkie up into 6th spot. And then we come back to it, and it is Walkie still trying to get past him. So it looks like Damo has fought back there, but does get up the inside. So Walkie up the inside there. Damo might get a better run onto the start-finish straight as they come on down. Damo all over the slipstream, moves out from the slipstream. This is letting Blinkies get out behind as well. This is turning into a three-way fight here. Roberts gets up the inside, parks on the apex. Walkie just behind me. It's Blinky's pushed on massively, and this is bringing Louis into the fight as well. So Louis is getting back into this action as well. Oh, as we got the slow car there in front, that looks like Roberts was a bit slow into the corner. Roberts runs wide on that middle bit. Gets a over. This four-way fight here in the middle of this race. Oh, we've got the timer down, so we can all see there's 15 minutes left in this race now. Roberts there in 6th. With Walkie all over the back. It's this braking zone here that's going to be the tough one in this second group of cars going through. Everyone looking at the inside. Blinky looks at the inside as well. Walkie gets the inside line. Is Blinky's going to do another overtake here? It's fight here, a drag race between these four as they come on down. It's Blinky's there in 8th. So coming to the braking zone. Walkie to the inside. So there's Blinky's well. Blinky's going on the inside, looking for the inside of them both. Roberts hangs it over the curb there. Everyone through. It's now a 5-way fight. Roberts leading this train through. Let's go on board with Walkie here. So Walkie there is going to get in the slipstream nicely behind Roberts. Louis there in 8th, just behind in the slipstream there. And Blinky's just behind Louis as well. As we see Walkie moving up the inside, getting the position. Blinky's going for the cut back on the boat. Blinky's goes up in second, hits the eye to Walkie, who goes into Roberts, spins Roberts round. Oh, unfortunate there. Oh, there we go. We're going back too far. That's me getting all excited with the replay button. We will save that and we will come back to that in a moment. But it does look like, unfortunately, Roberts has dropped back into 10th and does have that front end damage, unfortunately, there for Roberts, who was having a great race. We will go back to the lead here now. So it's Radio Go with Thunder Dragon all over the back of him. Thunder Dragon with the fastest lap. Radio Go getting a bit squirrely on the exit. So Thunder Dragon in 2nd. Ivan there in 3rd, just on the back of the swell. Audio Mood has dropped at the back a little bit, giving Ivan a little bit of space to catch up to the back. Jerry Johnson there in 5th, and then a big gap back to Louis. We'll go back and see if we can have a look at what happened in that incident. So yeah, Damo just got knocked over onto the curb and spun round. Unfortunately, was facing the wrong way. It's a real unfortunate incident there for Damo. And it is still really close between this lot. Blinky's there in 9th there. Robbie there in 8th. So, and it does look like Blinky's got the inside's going to defend here, but it does look like that Robbie is going to make a move. So Robbie up into 8th, got the inside line there. Blinky tries to break a bit later, but Robbie is going to get the inside line. So Robbie with the inside line. Blinky's fights it back on the exit. It's going to be in the slipstream here. We'll go back to the lead to have a look at what's going on at the front. Because Radio Go over 1 second lead there over Thunder Dragon, who has a 1.2 second lead over Ivan as they come up the hill, with Ivan just edging out Audio Meter there with 1.3 second lead. So This is tight all over the track. These two groups are battling away. Race is definitely split into 4 at the front, and then there's 5 a bit further back. And then unfortunately Damo there in 10th, who got the damage from the earlier incident. Thunder Dragon having a great debut race here, but Radio Guy has taken back the fastest lap in the race. Obviously 2 points for fastest lap and 2 points for pole position, so an extra 4 points up for grabs for the fastest lap in the race and pole position. So could Radio Guy be going for a clean sweep here? But it is Radio Guy who is pushing on, as the Thunder Dragon just behind in that slipstream, pulling him away from Ivan in 3rd. So Ivan is dropping back a little bit here. Audio muted still just with Ivan. Jensen in 5th, Louis there in 6th, who has Hawkeye just behind. So great battle between these two currently at the moment, with Robbie just behind that, and Blinky's just over the back of Robbie. So you've got these 4 here battling away, and then you've got 5 at the front that are battling away as well. But it is at the moment, it's a mistake there from Radio Guy at some point, because Thunder Dragon's all over the back. Thunder Dragon pushing on with the new fastest lap of the race. Beat Radio Guy's time by 1,000th of a second. Wow. A great time there from both these drivers. But it does look like at the moment Thunder Dragon is pushing on to the back. The new driver is pushing on to the back of Radio Guy, with Ivan there and audio muted in the background, but it looks great exit here. Are we going to see a move down the start-finish straight here from Thunder Dragon? Just waiting to go on the power, gets on the power nice and early. Great exit there from Thunder Dragon, push on to the back of Radio Guy, closing up that gap. Is he going to run out of road here before the first corner? A little bit later on the brakes than Radio Guy, but will run a little bit wider. May get slightly earlier on the power for the exit of this corner. Closing up the gap nicely there, so in the slipstream coming down towards these long left-handers. Almost 4 corners into one. 1.8 behind now, not the place to overtake through here. Difficult part of the track. Try and maybe get him on the exit up the hill. Was that other difficult section? 0.4 now, so great set of corners there from Radio Guy, edging out the gap slightly. Radio Guy there just using a bit of the curve there, kicking up some dust. It does look like Ivan in the background's under threat there from audio muted as well. As you can see, just coming into shot there also. Thunder Dragon can get nice and close, but then Radio Guy is getting some great exit speed from some of the corners to maintain this gap. And then we have in the background Ivan under threat from Audio Muted. Audio Muted pushing on for a podium in this one. So Audio Muted's going to think, we've got to be thinking about the overtake here down the start-finish straight. How close is Thunder Dragon to the back of Radio Guy? So 0.3 off the bat, this is going to be the overtaking opportunity. He's only 0.2 at the start of the corner. If he can get a good exit round this last corner, he's got to be thinking of the overtake down here. Radio Guy moves defensive into the middle of the track. Thunder Dragon is looking to the outside, thinking potentially of the exit speed on the next corner. Gets right up behind Radio Guy. Needs a good exit here. Does Radio Guy? Oh, Thunder Dragon spins round! No! Unlucky there from Thunder Dragon. We will have a look back at that, but that is a spin round there. Push the button again. There we go. Let's go back and have a look at that from Thunder Dragon. So, gets on the curb, over onto the grass, spins it round and into the barrier, but does stop and not get damage. Nicely done. The waits for the other driver to go past, obviously not to cause an incident. Has dropped down into 5th. It's unfortunate there from Thunder Dragon. Does have the fastest lap in the race still though. But it is Radio Guy who has got a 4-second lead now over Audio Muted, who has got in front of Ivan. So Ivan has dropped back into third, even with obviously getting past the spinning Thunder Dragon. Let's see if we can see what happened there, or were they already in front? Yes, Audio Muted in front. So Audio Muted up into second there for Audio Muted. So Ivan there dropping down into third. Jesse Jensen there up into fourth. Thunder Dragon recovering from the unfortunate incident there that happened. So Walkie in 6th and then Louis in 7th. Robbie in 8th. Blinkies has dropped back off the back of this pack, so I don't know what happened there. Somebody did a 49-second lap. That has closed up the gap a little bit as David, there was an unfortunate incident earlier. It's closed up the gap a little bit, but it is at the moment Radio Guy who is dominating this one with 6 minutes left to go. Audio Muted in second, holding off Ivan. This is going to be great points here for Radio Guy. He potentially got to think about pushing on to try and get that fastest lap and go for the clean sweep. But it is Ivan who's 2 times up on this lap at the moment. So Ivan pushing on trying to get that fastest lap, so he doesn't lose as many points there to Radio Guy. Everyone trying to get as many points, well, it is racing, get as many points as possible. But it is Audio Muted who is holding off Ivan's advances to try and catch up with Radio Guy. Radio Guy dominating this one at the moment. Obviously came under a little bit of pressure on Thunder Dragon, but with his spin has resulted in him dropping down into 5th. Ivan now has lost a bit of time in that middle sector. So unfortunately for him, he is down in that middle sector on the fastest lap. He may still potentially be able to get a personal best if he has a good run through this last corner. Audio Muted with a great drive from Audio Muted, holding off Ivan. So Ivan, personal best lap time there, 37.8, but still 3/10 off the fastest time set by Thunder Dragon at the moment. Radio Guy, they're still pushing on. Radio Guy for consistency. Almost got the fastest lap on the last lap. It was only 1/100th off the joint fastest lap it would have been. Audio Muted there, and Ivan still coming through. Jensen there in 4th. Thunder Dragon pushing up to the back of Jensen. Can Thunder Dragon recover up to 4th? Walkie there in 6th with Louis just behind. A little bit of a gap back to Robbie, who has Blinkies there in 9th currently, with Roberts with the unfortunate incident earlier on in 10th as his sun starts to set over the track. Radio Guy, the currently fastest on track at the moment. It looks like he did do a purple, there we go, purple sector, so he is going for the fastest lap, so we will stay with him. 4 minutes left to go in this race. 5-second leader for Radio Guy. Radio Guy pushing on, trying to get his fast lap. It's all going to come down to the last corner here. Wait for it to actually smash your foot onto that power, get a nice exit. 121 mile an hour by the end of the curve is a good speed. And fastest lap for Radio Guy into the 37.4s. So Radio Guy there pushing on now has the fastest lap of the race. Therefore Radio Guy. Let's hear it in the chat, TNR. Your boy's just gone and got the fastest lap of the race. He's already got pole position and he's going for the race win. Is he going to go and get a clean sweep here in round 3? Be great points for him. So Radio Guy there currently winning by 5 points per second. Audio Muted's got a 2-second lead now over Ivan. So Ivan's dropped back a little bit. With Jensen there in 4th. Thunder Dragon is pushing hard to catch up to the back here. It's doing oh, Thunder Dragon's gone purple through sector 1. Is Thunder Dragon about to come and ruin Radio Guy's clean sweep here a little bit? He's gone purple through sector 1. And he is pushing to try and catch up Jensen's consistency to spin. Done a 37.6 and a 37.7. It's a really quick lap times consistency here. He has dropped back a little bit in the middle sector. Can he make it up though in the last sector? And we'll watch him come through here. See if Radio Guy's lap is safe for another lap. But it is Thunder Dragon at the moment who is pushing on up to the back of Jensen's, pushing to try and get this fourth spot. 1.5 minutes left, so they will get potentially 2 laps in here. He goes personal best, but he does a 37.485. So unfortunately for him, that is just shy of Radio Guy's lap time. So Radio Guy 5 seconds out in front, Audio Muted still maintaining that just under 2-second gap there to Ivan in third. Jensen there in fourth, 1.6 seconds in front of Thunder Dragon, who's pushing on hard. Let's see if he does another purple first sector. He is 1.4 down on this lap, so you can all breathe a sigh of relief at TNR at the moment. Walkie there in sixth, just coming through. Louis just behind. Personal best first sector there from Walkie. Louis there in seventh, just coming through. Robbie there in eighth. Blinky's there in ninth, and Robert's just coming through down towards the long corners. Really going maintaining this lead. He is definitely going to get another lap in. So he's coming round. He's going to see that last lap board being held up by the clerk of the course over the board to indicate he's got 1 lap remaining after this one. Audio Muted there in second, maintaining that lead over Ivan. And oh, we got Thunder Dragon has a penalty. So Thunder Dragon is going to drop back a little bit here on Jensen. Was pushing on to try and get that 4th spot there. Audio Muted just losing a little bit of ground there to Ivan in the background. It's going to be the last lap. Let's have a look. So it's Walkie who crosses the line in 6th. Robbie is going to cross it in 7th. Louis is going to take home 8th. Blink is there. Unfortunate with the after the contact earlier on with Roberts, dropped back into 9th spot. Blinky takes 9th, and Roberts really unfortunate with the incident he had there, where he unfortunately went over the grass and spun out. But it is Roberts who is going to take the 10th spot there. So we'll go back to the race leader. Final lap here for Radio Guys. He comes up towards the last part of the track. So Radio Guy just coming down this long back straight here. Into the braking zone, flash of the exhaust there from the Aston Martin. He's through the last part of the bus stop. He's about to come around the last corner. It looks like it is going to be a clean sweep here for Radio Guy. He took pole position. A little bit of threat from Thunder Dragon earlier on in the race. He's got the fastest lap, and he is about to cross the line to take the win here at Dragon Trail. Round 3 goes to Radio Guy. Audio Muted is going to take a well-deserved 2nd place here. Ivan takes the podium out in 3rd. Jensen is going to hang on to 4th here, and it is Thunder Dragon who takes 5th. Woo! What a race! The Grand Slam there for Radio Guy, and the TNR team are going crazy in the chat. Brilliant drive there from Radio Guy. Another amazing drive there from Audio Muted as well to hold off Ivan, who dropped back in to 3rd there. Jensen there in 4th, really good drive there from him as well. And Thunder Dragon, great recovery from the spin. Was really pushing really well, and potentially could have gone on to to win that one, and almost had the fastest lap as well, but it is Radio Guide that took that. Walkie there in 6th, managing to hold off the 2 HRT drivers of Robbie and Louis, who are 7th and 8th. Blinky's there, fortunate incident earlier on with Damo, who saw him drop back to 10th, and Blinky's there in 9th. Ooh, what a race, everyone! The chat is absolutely mental at the moment. TNR there, Tony Verstappen said Ghost Rider there. A Grand Slam bar quickest driver. Well done TNR, proud of you. Well done Blinky to Donny for TNR for the win. Really great result there for the TNR team. Radio Guy controlled that one really well from start to finish. Under pressure from Thunder Dragon, but obviously did manage to hold off for the win, which would be great points for him. So he's going to push up that table for sure, potentially catching up to Ivan and maybe even overtaking him, because he did get the Grand Slam, so it's going to be worth 4 points from the win, so we'll get 37 points for tonight. So just remind everyone as well to like the stream, get it shared out there. I want to try and get us as close as possible to 4,000 watch hours as quickly as possible, so we can do some other things with the stream, bring more content to you guys. We do have, again, racing on Monday. We are back for the Cup, so we will have some racing back on Monday. It will be Craig back to host that, so don't forget to tune into that to watch the Cup competition progress. I am absolutely shattered after the night, because that was phenomenal racing there from everyone across the board. As you're all aware, my name's Lewis, obviously I've been your commentator for tonight. Do not forget, as I keep on saying to you guys, like, share, subscribe, tell everyone about us, watch the stream back, because that was phenomenal racing out there tonight. But do not forget to tune in, as said, on Monday night for the next round, and I will catch everyone then. I'll be racing myself in that one, and then on Thursday the following week we've got the Championship and the Premiership. If you do want to get in contact with us, potentially about racing, perhaps you've watched tonight and you want to get involved yourself, drop us a message on any of the channels, drop us a comment in the chat, drop us a message over on our Facebook page, drop us a message over on Instagram, and we can get the details of our Discord sent over to you, so we can have a chat with you and potentially look at what division you would be in. Amazing driving there from everyone tonight. My name's Lewis. Thank you all for tuning in. Support's really appreciated, and I will catch you all in the next one. Cheers.